Oh yeah, we are live. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hitting y'all with a little quick one. It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
It's been 2 months.
I'm just Instagramming, guys. That's why, so that people know.
Create content
that
about the
we're live.
content.
Look at creating content inception. How are you guys doing? Happy Sunday, or if you're watching the replay, happy the day that you're watching. Let us know where you're from. I would love to know. We have YouTube insights, but it's not really the same. They don't get that granular. So
no,
let us know where you're watching
I'd
from.
be curious. Sometimes people say that, and it's always cool to do it. I think it's a little tough. I guess Sunday is it. And also let us know if this is a good day. Like sometimes we just feel like going live, and we don't really
literally
plan it ahead of time as such, or any of that type of stuff. So we say, hey, Brittany's in the building. Hey, Brittany, what's going on?
Hi, Brittany. Yeah, we were filming. Did you already just say that while I was doing the Instagram? We were filming a video for another brand, and then, honest, full transparency, I was like, well, I have makeup on already.
Let's
so, like,
do a high season video.
Might as well make use of it, because it only happens, like, once a week, which is when we film a YouTube video. So we're like, why don't we go live? We're getting coffee, talk to the people.
I love it. So, sorry, AMM challenges.
LA, what's up?
Valentine Visual Art, what's good? You are Suka, Louisiana.
Cool.
Love New Orleans, at least it's the only place I've been. New York, miss that place so much. LA, I love it. Detroit
represent.
Love Detroit.
That was like it wasn't one of the last places we went.
No, we went in
extra. That was like 2017.
Yeah.
Okay. But Detroit was amazing. Detroit was very, very cool.
Hey, Toronto was good, man.
Toronto represent. That's our home. Yes.
Our other home. Second one.
Technically second home.
Okay.
And Craig's from Australia, so like third home.
Yeah, we got a few homes. We got a few. So basically, Brooklyn as well. Love that. Yes. I love there's so many. I love that. And Dallas. Hey, what's going on? Yo, I love Dallas. I went there for 24 hours. I enjoyed those 24 hours.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah. I went to Dallas Airport. That was it.
The airport
so we did, one of our clients, they were doing South by Southwest showcase, so we went in...
Was this 2018?
2018. And then, my flight just kept getting delayed. I had to go through Dallas, and my flight just kept getting delayed out of Austin, I got to drink. It was that thing where they tell you to get off the plane even, and I was like, I don't want to get back on this plane if you're telling me something's wrong. But anyways, and then just sat and drank wine for a while in Dallas. It was really nice. Good people, very kind people, I thought. Yeah,
Texas is great. I love Texas. Brittany's saying, yes, I can't wait to visit Canada again. I miss crossing the bridge to visit. That's been tough, I guess. We haven't had, I think you guys can't come here, but we didn't even think about the percentage of the camera battery. Let's switch that out.
That's how random it was, guys.
We didn't even look. Yeah, so I think we can go there, which is... I guess wild. Everyone has their own thing. But Canada stopped people coming in, so it's kind of like it goes either way.
Yeah.
NOLA, yes, more New Orleans. That's great.
This is like top of my list. New Orleans, like I can't even. One of our clients, they have like spaces. They're a hotel, basically like a hotel brand, and they have New Orleans, and I'm always looking at the spaces and always watching guests talk about it all the time. I want to go there so badly. Once all of this mess is over and we're allowed to like really go places, I would love to go to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Do like the Fat Tuesday, like a little Mardi Gras. That'd be very, very cool.
I love it. It's beautiful. Yes, Bree's saying correct. You can travel for work there. That's great. Valentine is saying, what are y'all teaching us today? I love it. Well, wonderful question. We're going to go through a bunch of social media news, which is typically what we do on the lives. However, because we didn't plan it, we didn't expect like a ton of questions. But if anyone has questions, I'm going to grab one up here from Richard for now. But hit us. This is what we're here for. Happy to answer as much as we possibly can while we are here. So Richard is asking, any news about 60-second reels? I can't do my content properly with 30 seconds. I feel you, my dude.
It's hard, eh?
I haven't seen it yet. Basically from... At least in Canada, I've seen screenshots of people having about none of our accounts, or we're logged into multiple accounts that are based in multiple places.
Yeah.
And none of them have it. They didn't give a timeline, but what they typically do, they'll roll it out to a bunch of people to start, and then as they go, they'll continue it out. So it's like they test it with a small batch. And sometimes those testing places are countries, like they tested. Where was it? It was something like Australia, and it always annoyed me because growing up Australia, we got nothing first. Everything was like late, and then now we're over here. And then there was something like, it was like story, I think it was stories or something simple. And Australia had it like months before Canada. So it's like, yeah, Canada kind of gets a bit screwed over. But yeah, no specific news as yet.
Yeah.
At least nothing.
What are you
official.
doing though? Are you sure you can't find a way to squeeze that into 30? I'd just be curious to know.
Yeah.
Because man, you really want to be using Reels. Like I really can't express. It would be best that you try to find a way to get that info down to 30 seconds because Reels has such a great is so favored in the algorithm right now that you want to take advantage of it. And like say 60 seconds comes down the line, but it's when something new and else that's hot has come and you don't get all that reach anymore. You wouldn't want to have missed that. Yeah. So try to think about a way that you can make it happen in 30.
It's a little
or
annoying,
the part ones. I like some people doing part 1, part 2. So I don't know. That could be something because there's a little cliffhanger in there. So yeah,
it's a matter of time before it kicks in. Brittany's saying it got him for 60 seconds for a week and then it went back.
Oh yeah, so you did have it.
That's pretty interesting, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. So
and you're in the U.S., so that means this probably is. You're like one of the lucky testers in that batch.
Yeah, because sometimes as well, aside from, I feel like we're a little skewed. I think I need to go across more and look at this. Sometimes what they do, they test it by, like, from my understanding, is about their servers. So depending on which server your account sits, that's how they'll just be like, all right. And I think it's based on when you join. Really,
yeah.
That's how they used to do it. Then they started doing all like the country-based ones, like Italy gets something first, or New Zealand, or whatever like that. So there's a whole bunch of stuff there. Rich was saying he's doing sports news content on the Reels. For
you have to be able to. You can do that.
It's gonna be creative,
I'm sure like the MLSE and all those people are doing like some Reels content for sure. You could just get inspired by and copy.
Check out what other people are doing. Whether it's like even if it's like the big stuff like. ESPN or like the sport, was it TSN and stuff like that, what they're doing, or other like Barstool, even though Barstool, but they're just doing like memes.
So but there definitely has to be. I feel like you can get that done at 30, and people want shorter form. I think the reason why Reels is doing so well right now is that because it's short form, right? Like 60 seconds, as TikTok like got that in as they expanded, but I feel like people are still getting used to just even using it in Reels, so it's working because it's fast and it's less time commitment. So I don't know. I feel like you can make it happen in 30.
Yeah, you just gotta mess around with it. Even Brittany's saying here, I used it, it did well, but shorter is better. So I mean, look, it's just
more content. People love short everything, which
is cool. Keep going through these questions, I guess, may as well since they're coming in. Safaraz, I hope I said that right, dude. He said, "How do you guys acquire your clients? Referrals, cold outreach, any tips for beginner marketing agencies and getting new clients?" Basically mostly referrals.
Yeah, I would say our first set of clients actually came from Instagram. Of people liking what we were doing on Instagram and then being like, hey, could you just do the same thing you're doing for yourself for us? You remember like back in when we started in 2014 and like launched our account, I believe in 2014 or 2015. It was in 2014.
We went full-time in 2015.
We went full-time in 2015. And literally people were just like, hey, I like what you do for high season. Can you do it for us? And I was kind of like, yeah, we know how to do that. So there you go.
But we were, to be even fairer before that, we were both working in the space.
No, so I'm talking about the actual sales card because that's like the sales
I feel like
piece.
people didn't just ask to do that. I feel like we were just talking about and they asked to hire, like, and instead of hiring, instead, I remember this specifically with like remember the like, THC network, like that we did at the very, very, very beginning. It was our first client.
Oh yeah. Oh, those clients. Yeah.
So like I'm talking like not real.
That was like network. That was like the network.
Yeah, and I was working for this one business, and then another dude who worked there he had a side project. He wanted to hire me for that, and I was like, well, I'm actually doing this thing with my partner now, as opposed to just hiring me. And that's how we got the first one.
The first contract,
but it was within the network. And like our other big client, we have like we keep it kind of smaller, like boutique, high end kind of clients rather than a lot of smaller clients. And one of the ones we have now, Tiff actually did proactive outreach to get them back in 2015.
Yeah. So those guys, we're not salespeople. We never do cold outreach. We don't do sales anything. We're not that type of person. That was the only client that I reached out to because I saw them on Angel List when they're a startup still. Now they're worth over $1 billion, but they're still startup. And reached out to them because I just thought they were cool and was like, hey, your Instagram doesn't look great. What are you doing? It's such a cool tool. Like, we'll manage it for you. And they said yes, and now we've been together for 5 or 6 years. But Cute. What I was thinking about was the video that we did about how one Instagram post made us $130,000.
Yeah.
And the reason it did was because we had one fun Instagram. We did a meme on Instagram. The owner of the company saw it and then liked our feed and liked our vibe and said, hey, can you do the same thing for us? And then in the end, with that, we ended up getting them as a client. Then we got referred to another client, then another massive client, and it kind of like went in this big trajectory all the way till us working with Sony. So it started from something that was like one Instagram post with one like speaking to our demo, and it was literally because we wanted to speak to our demo, and we were creating a feed that we wanted to attract people who like the same things we did. Yep. So a lot of it came in like the feed, I would say, and that's warm. Nothing's better than a warm sale, right? Like warm lead.
And the follow up was, do we have a niche? And like at the beginning, we didn't have a niche. We started the last few years to be, I think we went down to like, what was it again? Travel and like hospitality.
Yeah, now we're like tech and hospitality.
Yeah, that's what we're at right now. But we're sort of more focused on other things. We're doing consulting, which doesn't matter. We can consult any industry. That's our main thing we're trying to drive on top of the YouTube and things like that. So hopefully that helps. Valentine, I said Valentino. I thought it's Valentine.
Is it Valentine? Yeah, you were saying Valentine. Yeah, Valentine visual art.
As a new business owner, should I do an intro video on IGTV? Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
And please do a lot of reels.
Yeah.
If you're a visual artist, oh my gosh, you're a visual artist, please make a lot of reels. So yes, you can do an IGTV video, but please make a ton of reels of your process. Like that is all the beginning to the end. Like that will do very well. Yeah, so definitely. Please do a lot of that.
I was wondering if you guys have any tips for real ideas. I'm a crutcher and it's hard for me to get ideas. We did a video, didn't we?
Yeah, we actually have one ideas. With 8 real ideas. You'll see it on our feed there, so definitely go check that out.
Yeah, it kind of breaks it down and gives you an idea where to start. But look at what other people in your vertical are doing, and if no one in your vertical is doing anything either cool or doing it well or at all, look at other industries and do like a how-to, show how you do the stuff, like top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. I don't know anything about. I didn't really know what crocheting is. Some sort of knitting, I imagine.
Yeah. So I thought it was crocheter.
Oh,
crocheter. I guess makes more sense.
Oh,
you can tell us.
We have no.
But yeah, I would definitely document the process.
That's a good one, Richard. No worries, mate. Felicia, would you be open to doing IG audits? So we do them via our consulting, or do you mean like now?
Yeah, so we do them via consulting. Yeah. It would actually be interesting one time to maybe do a live audit. That could be cool.
If that's of interest, let us know because we're pretty open to whatever. Like we could plan like a day and time where we do a full live, and the whole thing is people pre-submit their Instagram accounts, and we just have them pulled up in the background.
I like that. That'd be fun.
I'm totally
down for that. So maybe we wouldn't do it right now, but I'm definitely interested if a lot of people, at least if people say they would be down for something like that.
Like 3 to 5, that'd be.
Yeah. I feel like we would be down and just be like, they'll throw it in. Okay, we'll do that.
But we also do the consulting. So one of the main things that's come out of this beautiful YouTube community, because you guys are freaking amazing, is that we opened up a whole new service where we do consulting. So we only have bandwidth, really, even though now we're a team of 4. It started with 2 of us, I don't know, up to a year ago. Then we have 4 of us, which is great, but we only have bandwidth for a couple of full service clients, so we started doing consulting. We can consult with anybody, so we can do a full audit. We can work through hashtag banks, content categories, ideas for content, batching, like just basically walking you through. So that's something else that we do as well. If that was something where it's not just an audit, a one-way audit, whereas if you wanted a conversation for the hour or whatever, we do that. Stenson is saying, are Reels the top feature to use on Instagram?
100% yes.
No question. Yeah. Bomber Tank, hey, what up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Always with the great comments, always positive. I love it.
We're good. Hope you're good too.
Yeah, man. Hope you're great. Thank you for tuning in. Side question, you guys always looking for opportunities for other agencies to outsource to you or vice versa?
No, not really. So we actually used to do like some whitelisting work back in the day, but one thing for us right now, we are at our cap for done-for-you services. Mm-hmm. So we're not taking on anything that's like done for you. Like any our full service client base is capped for the year based on our contracts. So but I am a fan, and I think it's a cool way to grow. So I will say that if the conversation is about growth, I think that is a really good way to grow because it did help us get access to some great clients back then. So
but we wouldn't do it now. It eventually didn't match with where we, if our activities aren't growing a high season brand, then it was kind of redundant for us. But you have to sort of look at that as you go.
Yeah.
Valentine is going to do it. Yes, that's what I want to hear. Shayna, first live.
Oh,
Welcome.
hey, I'm glad you caught us.
Yes.
Hi, Shayna.
We don't do them too often. Usually like every other month. So thank you for coming through, Brittany. Will IGTV ever take off, or is Reels the go-to for videos on IG?
Right now, I would say to prioritize Reels because that's just what the algorithm is prioritizing. Whether or not IGTV will take off, I still feel that Instagram cares for IGTV.
Yeah.
However, it's like because the focus is to take over what's already performing well on another app, the priority is to jump in on what Instagram cares about, which is Reels. So, and IGTV eventually, they're already in the process of making monetization. So with that could become more picked up because once money becomes involved, I can see more people being interested in using it. So yeah, but for right now, I would prioritize Reels.
Not a question.
Yes,
Valentine says, I can also process on Reels. Yep, no question at all. Your college admissions coach, hello. Welcome.
Oh,
Thank
cool.
you for coming through. Love that. Great. That's actually a good idea. New business. We seem to be stuck with growth and sales, like reaching our target audience, but everyone loves what we stand for. Should we just keep posting and the live audit? Okay.
Oh, we're totally going to do this live audit then if everyone's down. So yeah, we'll schedule that. Yeah, we never thought about it. We'll schedule that for sure.
Yes.
See, stuck on growth and sales, like reaching our target audience. So when you're saying like you're not reaching your target audience, but the people who find you do love what you're doing, in terms of like growth and sales, I would definitely make sure that you're doing the proactive engagements to targeting the exact people that you know are interested in what you're doing and making sure that they're coming over. And then also in general, just make sure your content is like on 100% so that when they're coming, they're actually following. So they don't just come and then be like, oh, that's cool what they're doing, but maybe the feed isn't enticing enough, or I don't have like a call to action, and then they just kind of leave. So I would definitely, the targeted interactions is going to be super, super key. And for us in the beginning, that's what was very key. We still use it for our clients as well. But yeah, I would definitely be looking at that, like bringing people over and spending time on bringing people over to the page.
Yep.
And then when it comes to sales, that'll come with the right call to actions.
Big facts.
Yes, a live audit. All right.
Valentine, pick me as an audit. So what we'll probably do, keep an eye out. I guess we'll talk after this and we'll decide when. I guess we don't even really need to plan too much.
No, really. We'll just we'll schedule a live. That's what we should do. We'll schedule it so that you all have enough time to know when it's coming.
We'll be prepared. I don't know. I kind of like the Sunday ones.
Yeah, Sundays are cool. I'll do my makeup again or something. We'll see.
We'll see how you feel.
It's the day that we film the YouTube videos. The day we usually will end up doing a live, and this is because we're filming for another brand that we were like, hey, let's go live too and drink our coffee. So yeah.
And we'll post it in the community tab on YouTube, and we'll put it on basically everywhere.
Yeah, and make sure you hit the notification bell if you haven't, so that way if for some reason you miss the post, at least it'll come as a push notification.
Yes.
When we go live.
I love that, and Brittany's saying
from different industries. I like that.
That would be good. So
that's
maybe
be more helpful for everybody.
Yeah, so it could be kind of the same thing, because so people will be able to see the same issues. I love that. Felicia's here for it. Oh, Dan's in the building.
Hey, Daniel.
So speaking of agencies, so Daniel's a good friend of ours. Daniel and his business partner, Matchak, own a creative design agency based between here in Montreal and Vancouver, BC. They do web development and design. They are responsible for the High Season logo and website.
And that intro sting that you see at the beginning of our videos.
That's all them.
Yeah.
So speaking of, if you ever want to connect with other agencies, I forgot the name of the gentleman who was asking, but Dan is your man for that. Brittany says, have you seen ads on IGTV or Reels yet? No, I've never even seen talk about it.
No, they are talking about it. It is coming, but I have not seen it yet. I want to see what that experience is going to be like.
Reels. Like, I feel like, this is a dumb question for me to even ask, but we do not use TikTok. If you follow us, you can tell we have a mild disdain for it. But I don't know how they do their ads. Like, is it one of those things, you know, how like you're scrolling Instagram, is it inserted between?
Yeah.
Or any of that type of thing. I don't really know.
Yeah,
like how that
we're not
would
on
go.
TikTok,
so I would imagine. That
I imagine, or it could be how they do the Facebook, which is how Facebook's ads are right now in general.
Just
so it'll probably be like that, just between. Yeah.
And then they'll probably start. I think if you monetize on Facebook, you can do the mid rolls and everything like that. And it's basically like YouTube, but I can't imagine Reels getting that hectic because that'll be a problem.
Yeah.
So we'll keep an eye out for it. As soon as we hear anything, we'll let you guys know. Like we have now Jocelyn, our new social media manager. So she'll be pumping out news all the time. If there's anything like that, that's something we'll be blasting. And we would do a video about that.
100%. We will let everybody know about that for sure, because that's going to be really great.
Valentine's, what would you tell your earlier self about business that you know now? That's a good one.
Big one is trust your gut.
That was my first thing.
Is that what you're thinking?
We went against
if it's not a hell yes, it's a H no.
Yeah.
Can you say
I don't know.
just to make sure we're not getting in trouble from YouTube? Yeah, if it's not an H yes, it's an H no.
Yes.
All right, and I would say that's the big one for sure.
Yeah.
And if you're going into business for yourself, it's because you're passionate and want to follow your own dreams and path and journey. So you can't let anybody insert themselves into that at all. So
Yeah.
trust your gut always with everything.
Yeah. Every time we went against our gut, we got into situations that we didn't want to be in.
People talk you down on price, they're trying to get discounts, all that stuff, and then you're like, oh, fine, maybe I'll do it. It's the worst client ever, every time. So just things like that. We actually did a video. Okay, we did a video on like worst clients or something like that, or 7 types of people to avoid in business or something. And I feel like that's a good video that I would recommend watching because there are certain archetypes of people who come your way that you need to avoid.
Yeah, that was from the 7-day vlog challenge that we did when the can I say that word now? We can, right?
I don't
Panorama started, you know what I'm saying? That was, anyway, so that was kind of good. That was interesting. Now, we normally don't talk about that type of stuff, but we had to come up with things.
So people are asking us like entrepreneurial questions in here, so maybe we should film more entrepreneurial
I love that you guys
content.
are asking these questions because something, as you can imagine, right, we're running a social media agency, but part of it, is you're learning about business and we're doing all this, and we've been doing it for 6 years full time almost. In July is 6 years, and we've learned a lot, and we want to talk about more than just how to grow on Instagram here. As you've seen, we have a little bit with YouTube stuff or whatever, but I always feel like whenever we do our entrepreneurial content, it kind of falls flat in comparison because people only really care about Instagram growth. So the fact that there's so many entrepreneur and agency-based questions here, that makes me so happy. Thank you guys. And if that's the type of stuff you want to see, please tell us you want to see it because we would love to not just do Instagram growth.
I was like, do we speed through the news at any point in time?
I feel like I can get through it quick. I feel like the questions are because
the questions are great. Okay, so this is supposed to be like a news update.
But video. Do you know what? I'll stop after this last one here.
Okay, let's do that, and then we'll do news, and then we'll answer questions
we'll come back
again in the middle again.
All right.
But just in case anyone's watching the replay and wants to see the news, at least we can stop and we can do hey, news starts at this.
Yes.
Yeah, there you
Great
go.
point.
Okay, yeah.
That's strong work for Dan at Creative Dot. Definitely check them out. Valentine is saying, could I interview you later this week? I would love to speak more.
Valentine, email Dan, DAHN, and at highseasonco.com. No, email info at highseasonco.com.
Info at highseasonco.
And Dan will reply to you.
Dan will reply and see what's going on there. Brittany's saying, with Clubhouse on Android, do you think it will become popular again?
This was a topic we were going to talk about today.
So we will touch on that in the news.
You asked that,
and we'll answer that in detail. Thank you so much. Our community is mostly friends and family, which is nice, but that's not our target audience. Okay, so more engaging content. Any thoughts on shorts?
See, we haven't gone to use shorts yet, and also you're welcome. So that's great. And I think doing the target engagement is really just going to bring new eyeballs and new people, which is what you want because your family and friends can only go so far in terms of like conversions, but it's a great start. And in terms of shorts, we haven't gotten a chance to use it yet. I really want to be able to. It's not active.
Is that because of Canada,
yet.
Right?
It's because we're in Canada. So in the end, I would definitely say it. Even though we say we're not even fans of TikTok, I would say that you should use that content, put it on shorts, put it on TikTok, put it on Reels.
Can I be transparent too? So Jocelyn asked us the other day, she was like, hey, all the Reels we're creating, can we just put it on TikTok? And we're like, fine. We actually set up a TikTok account before we disliked it.
Yeah.
So we
just set it up because every time a new platform comes,
you want to get the name, right?
Handle.
Yeah, I even have it in my personal, but I deleted the app. It's a good thing. You want to learn more about TikTok. I've been listening to this podcast on Bloomberg. It's a 5-part series, and the 6th episode I think is coming this week. It's fascinating. Now I get it. Still don't like it, but I get it. Sorry, I interrupted you just because you were saying that. But yes, put it on. I think do that. Put it on both, and try the Reels. I think the Reels are going to be killer. So I'm going to stop the questions there, and we'll do the other thing, and I'll come back and finish them at the end because I know there's still some more. So
we'll just run through the news very quickly because it's just stuff that we think is interesting that you should know about. That thing came up, but I assume it's fine. You guys can hear us fine, right? There's something that said do an update for audio, but you guys can hear us okay, right?
Yeah, no one said
we don't sound weird, and you're obviously replying, so I think we're okay. But let us know if we go silent or something happens.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So we're going to run through the news. So something very, very cool that happened. Instagram has added captions for stories and soon Reels. You can technically basically use it in Reels if you just captioned the video and saved it anyway.
In stories and then you save it. Yeah.
But this is amazing. Please, please, please. Okay, yes. So you guys can hear us, which is great. Guys, definitely start using this. So what was one of the main things in terms of making your stories perform well is that you have to consider that not everybody is always listening to audio because they could be elsewhere and might not have headphones or whatever way they're consuming your stories. So having the captions is so key. So definitely no chipmunk on. Hey, you remember Brittany.
Oh, gee.
I was thinking about that the other day actually because the guys you were interviewing said theirs was pitched down, and then it reminded me, I was like, that's better than pitching up to chipmunk like we did. Please, yeah, definitely start using captions. Are you guys making videos in your stories? Like, are you talking to your stories, you know, like, or at least sharing video content? I'd just be curious to know. But like that storytelling in terms of, you know, really speaking to your audience in video, it does perform very well. And then being able to have like these captions now is very, very cool. So if you haven't started using it yet, definitely recommend that you do, because it's awesome that they added that in.
All right, monetizing for creators. I didn't even read this, I'm not gonna lie, so Tiff found these.
This is why it's just interesting because we were talking about like IGTV and things like that and like what's gonna happen. So Instagram is really doubling down on creators, which is great. And if you think about it, it's like, think about how YouTube treats their creators well, and in the end you get monetized for your video content and the work that you do. So Instagram is really leaning into this. So Mark Zuckerberg and Adam Asori. If you guys don't follow Adam,
here he is on Twitter. Yeah.
If you don't follow Adam on Twitter and Instagram, definitely recommend that you do, because he always just drops all the great content, like all the great news, updates, and all that stuff. He's definitely the plug.
What's he?
He's the head of Instagram.
Okay.
So his title's just head
CEO
of Instagram.
The head of Instagram.
Yeah. So like Mark is just the CEO, and then he's head of Instagram.
So I thought Instagram still had a separate CEO.
I think because they're just under Facebook, probably not. Yeah, I think it's just like head is like the way to do it. So. They're really looking at ways on how to monetize. So if anyone's a creator, influencer, definitely start paying attention to these options so you can start setting yourself up. But they're going to do the creator shops, which is very, very cool. And that, thank you, that Mark talked about, which is going to allow you to create shoppable products similar in the same way that you see that the businesses are being able to do that. And curate those products, so you have your own like creator shop, and then get a cut from that. So you're definitely going to want to be paying attention to that. Affiliates, so it's so smart to bring affiliate marketing to Instagram. So in the end, again, finding ways to make money off the things that you're promoting all the time, and you get this commission off of it. You're definitely going to want to take advantage of that. Any YouTubers in the house, affiliate marketing is so key to YouTube. So that's just also something to think about. But creators should always have been making money off the stuff they promote, so it's really great that this is going to get introduced. So this is just things to kind of look out for. And then in addition to the branded content marketplace, so this is like, these are all things that are coming, just so you know, so they're not fully here. It's just about like the intention that Instagram has, so things that you want to pay attention to. I don't know, does anyone use TikTok here?
So they have a creator marketplace.
Because apparently TikTok has this, so it's really going to be able to give yourself like the same thing for this like brand collaboration, like influencer brand collaboration space.
Yeah, like, and allow, like, you know, say for our clients, if we needed to go and find creators, which we do influencer management, and sometimes it's really hard to find people, and we don't use external agencies or anything to do it, we just do it ourselves internally. So this would be one way around it. So it's another way that I guess Facebook are stopping the need for a third party.
Yeah, they're doing really interesting at like inching out the third parties as part of this. And what Brittany said there.
Oh yeah, so let me just answer that question. She was saying, is a creator shop like an Amazon
So this is
store?
what my understanding is exactly that.
Like where you have from what
favorites.
I read, for favorites. Yeah, exactly right. So you compile a bunch of things that you like, and then you can sell them from your own store and then get a cut.
Which is great, like that's,
And it would be for their merch. No, you could do that too. So you could do your own store, but the thing about the Instagram shops, you have to have, like, if they use Teespring or something, and we use that for one of our side projects, and you can't, I went through the whole thing and then found out at the end that you can't actually connect Teespring to a Instagram or Facebook shop. It has to be your own website. So whatever the domain is, it has to be highseasonco.com/store/the product or whatever. And they actually check all of that. So if you already have a website where you're selling your own merch, you can put that up. But if you are using a third-party type of one, then you're going to have to, it doesn't work for that. So that's the difference with that. Oops, I keep moving the wrong thing. Is that it for this?
That's it. Yep. And something I don't believe I included in here, though, and it was about, again, IGTV monetization. So I feel like that's coming soon. They just keep talking about it. I don't know if it's something they're trying to perfect, but
yeah, maybe.
in that fits the creator model as well, right? In the end, getting paid to make videos, and that's something where it's like, hey, whatever you're doing and you're shooting, if you're gonna shoot video though for IGTV, I will say, and you're not a YouTuber, please put it on YouTube as well, because YouTube in the end is the one that's most searchable and has a great monetization opportunities there. So
Yeah.
if you are already thinking about making like video content that would be a bit extended, please do it on YouTube too. YouTube's just the greatest. We've talked about it's the greatest thing we've done.
Yeah.
Look, we're talking to you guys and hanging out with you all on Sunday, so like it's a beautiful thing. So
yeah, exactly.
This is just a quick update. Instagram added new pronouns options on user profiles to maximize inclusion. So I just think this is a cool move from them in terms of exclusivity, the actual opposite,
the literal
inclusivity.
opposite.
So that's something just to watch out as well, and it's good because it's just in time for like even just like Pride coming up next month, and
that's probably exactly what it was for.
so it's
Smart.
it's just a good move. Good move for them. So wanted to highlight that in case anyone didn't know, but it's something that they were putting like in their bio, and you can now just do it to your actual account.
Yes.
So Spaces. So who's on Clubhouse here? Do y'all remember Clubhouse? Sorry. I'm also
Clubhouse.
curious to see who's on Clubhouse, because like we were standing for Clubhouse when Clubhouse first came out. We spent our like Christmas to the point like my mom was like, "Why are you all like listening to this random audios of people talking in the background in different rooms and stuff like that?" Just we were so into Clubhouse, and I'm not saying Clubhouse is dead, but I'd be curious to know if you were using Clubhouse, if you're still going on it as much as you were before.
Yeah, most people we know seem to have moved away, not completely, but like all the people that were super excited about it is kind of like
it's dying down.
They seem to have dipped on
and
it.
Here is where we get into like Twitter Spaces, because Twitter just basically I don't know how well Clubhouse is going to do with Twitter making it so easy to do the same thing now, right? So Twitter has come out and they're now letting anyone with 600 or more followers host Spaces. So the Spaces is the Clubhouse rooms. So now you can do it, and on top of it, Twitter just already has majority of people have a larger built-in audience there, right? So it becomes the same thing. They're basically doing like what Instagram does to Snapchat, right? It's like you're the bigger person. An idea comes, you know that you can do it too, and probably better because you have more behind you, and then you come and jack the idea. Oh, our camera froze. Sorry guys, 1 second. Okay, yeah.
So now it's going to look crap. Hold up.
What's the little black thing at the top there?
What black thing at the top?
Oh, you'll see when you go back.
Okay, where are you talking about? Here on the split screen thing?
Yeah.
This is the camera.
Oh, okay.
So I have to go like this now, because I don't think...
Okay. Do you want to swap out the battery?
I can keep doing that, but I have to reset up the split screen.
Okay, let me swap. Guys, I'm just going to swap out the battery, okay?
So maybe you do that.
And you can talk to us about Spaces.
Yes, I'll talk to him about Spaces, but I have to bring it back, and I'm not going to lie, I forgot how to do it. And now I have to figure it out live while we're live.
How to figure out how to bring back the split screen?
Because I don't remember how to do it. I have to. It's been a while. I set this up ages ago, and I don't recall how to bring it back. It should have just been like maybe just try to make a new scene. Sorry, guys. Okay, what does this do? Oh, there you go. Boom. It's like a move thing right there. All right, easy. That was much easier than I thought. So, all right. So that's the Twitter offering Spaces, which is cool. So now anyone can go in, and like Tiff said, there's going to be it's going to be tough for anyone to compete with that. Twitter also introduced ticketed Spaces.
So this is super interesting. And I think, did Clubhouse do this already, or were they supposed to?
I think they brought in you could tip people.
You could tip people, but I don't think they did this yet. Because the whole point, like when Clubhouse was coming out, I was like, okay, how are they going to monetize Clubhouse? And in the end, it's like, they're probably going to monetize it by making these rooms like ticketed events, right?
Yeah,
like that's
smart.
The whole,
but they brought in the thing where they could pay people for their time. It's almost like it's that thing that we talk. I don't know if we talk about it here often, but I always tell our consulting clients like, give as much as you can. Ooh, people are wilding out here. If you keep giving, then people will want to reciprocate, and they want to reciprocate by just giving you money. So some people would just like PayPal. I think it was PayPal. Or maybe in the States they were using like Cash App or Venmo or something. To basically just give you a way to pay a creator to say thank you for what they're doing, which is super cool.
Yeah. So I would be curious to know, like, if you guys are interested in using Spaces now, because and this comes to the conversation of Clubhouse, they are not growing nearly as fast as they were in the beginning. I believe we looked at their peak, which was in.
We're going to get to that in that tab.
Oh,
right
we have
there.
that tab. Sorry.
So two things.
We'll get to it, but this Twitter introducing these, like the Spaces and then the ticketed events, so now you can host virtual events. Like, this is really like, hey, daggers for Clubhouse, or death by 1,000 cuts in the end for Clubhouse is what we're feeling. But I think this is great. So if it's something where you were like you want to host events, Facebook allows you to host paid online events too. I don't think a lot of people know that, but you can do that. So if you're somebody who was going to hold a class via Zoom or anything like that, you could do it via Facebook. And now you can also do the same thing with Twitter Spaces. So definitely something to consider and to take advantage of.
Yeah, very, very cool to see them pushing that out.
Yeah.
This is another thing about Spaces. Now, you can't see this.
Oh, that was just I wanted people to know that you can also schedule the Spaces.
Yeah, schedule it, which is cool. They've been ramping up. They're ramping up the features.
Twitter's like going really in all of a sudden.
I'm very proud of them.
Yeah, I'm very proud of them. It's long overdue. Like, they were really like, they should technically be much further along than they are. But something seems like they have a new product person that's come in and is like, okay, we need to do this, this, and this. So
yeah, I love it. They've done really well. And this is the Clubhouse stuff. So this graph right here is the download. So if you look at this, these on the left-hand side, this is a monthly download. So this peak here is almost 10 million a month, which was in February. Now it's down to less than 1 million 2 months later.
Yeah, and that's with more invitations available for people. So think about it.
Yeah. Like
that peak, we were using it. Craig got it in, when did you get it?
September.
So Craig got it
in that's not true. I got it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I used it. No. I got it in September, and then I kept, but I didn't care. And I think it came out in like June.
Yeah.
So I got it early-ish, and then I didn't even try it. I set it up and like, cool, like, whatever, and then I started
using it because people started talking about it, and then our content marketer at the time, or our content editor, she gave me an invite, and she was like, you need to check out this Clubhouse
because I didn't get one.
Yeah, you didn't have an invite. You didn't get an invite because you just randomly got on via a link.
That's right. Yeah. I got some, not scam, some weird way to get in.
Someone I think they were putting links on Twitter just to get people on back then.
Yeah.
So you had that, so you didn't have an invite come with it. Then we got invited, and then by Christmas, we were all in, like, obsessed with Clubhouse. Couldn't stop. Like, it was ridiculous how much we were all in Clubhouse, giving invites to people and all that
Even
type
in
of
our
stuff.
predictions for 2021, we're saying that all of the way we're going to grow and do all the stuff is from Clubhouse, and that's gone.
And in the end, we did say audio rooms, so we said Clubhouse or Clubhouse-like features. So I think that Twitter is going to... We did not expect it to die this quick, and it could be... There's like a lot of factors in it, but I think the main problem that they had was there is no Clubhouse algorithm, really, to serve you the good content that you want. Like, they really can't find a way to make sure you get good content. That was one of the big problems.
We looked yesterday.
Yeah, we just tried to we tried to check in. It was like yesterday. I think it was yesterday. We just tried to check in, and it was just kind of like weird stuff being recommended to us. You know, like Instagram and Facebook have really perfected like creating an algorithm to make sure they serve you content that you want. Hi, Victoria.
Hi, Victoria.
So yes, that's one reason. I think even with Android coming on, I don't see Clubhouse picking up in the way that it had before. They have the fact that they have a terrible algorithm. Two, it's just people are more outside now. You know, like. The world is opening up, so
you're right. It was popping at the time when everyone was totally like locked up. This is why when the battery dies, you're not able. There's nothing you can do.
I forgot from the podcast. You did say that.
As soon as we switched to this interview mode, then it stopped working. Before you just replace the battery and it just works.
Yeah. Okay. And I did see that Brittany, our trademark.
Yeah, I saw that because they did.
Trademark lawyer told us actually about that. Yeah, that's.
And it was just funny because we've been trademarking our stuff, and we're like, how, we're just a little agency in Canada. How is this like multi-billion-dollar valued company hasn't trademarked the name as generic as Clubhouse?
Yeah, guys, come on. Yeah, that's very.
That blew my mind, to be honest. Yeah. Particularly with all the VCs who were like throwing money at them, wouldn't they make sure, hey, you got your IP sorted? Like,
yeah. To think about it, look at it. Clubhouse has over 10 million users, and the majority of them were added between January and February. So it's like, people want to see growth. That valuation of $4 billion was way too early. Yeah, very premature.
Oh, they launched in April. I'm sorry, I thought it was June. Okay, so April, from these two dudes. And here we go.
Oh, see, because when we were on it, there was about like 600,000 people on it. I remember that.
Yeah.
When we were really using it.
So it's grown. Then it's just like the actual growth is, and then here's this graph
Look at that, yeah.
that breaks it down. So it's, I don't know. I'm not. Here you go, monthly downloads. I guess that's probably just the actual figures. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go, 9.8 million in February.
Yeah. It's 0.8 now. It's only 800,000.
It's a big crash, and even just I remember the Feb to March was like that's like a fifth, just over, whatever, third almost.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild.
I think it's on the. I think it's on the decline. Basically.
Yeah, or I just don't know, and I feel like if they don't fix up their algorithm, $4 billion, so ridiculous. Then they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see. It's almost like Facebook, Twitter, and everybody rushed to get involved in the space, but I don't know in the end. Like, is audio? It still remains to be seen now. The disinterest has gone the sharpest decline I think either of us have ever seen.
Yeah, that's like the harder you come, the harder you fall. Yeah, because that was like really quick. The only thing I do think that there is still opportunity for the space because podcasts are popular and it became like a version of a live. It was almost like a live podcast type thing you're getting. So I do think there's still opportunity in that way. High Speed Chaser. You're too kind.
So
was that our last one?
That was really all the news. Let me bring it back.
So we can check out. We can look more at our questions that we have.
Yeah. So let me go back. Hang on. I was trying to actually know what. Let me just scroll back. Where did we get to? Asking about audio. Oh, here we go. This was the last one. Yeah. Sandra. Sandra's asking, have we ever disagreed on a client strategy and how to resolve the situation if we did? I don't think we ever have.
Yeah.
Because it's always a discussion.
We're like discussing more, but I feel like we know the principles that are gonna, always be of use to our clients. So I can't see us ever, we don't disagree on, in terms of like, especially like a social media strategy that we would make them do, like that's not something that we've disagreed on.
We're and just as human beings, we agree on almost everything. We're probably annoying, I would say, to most people that we, as a couple, we've been together 10 years and we don't really fight or argue or any of that type of stuff.
We know, we just know a lot. Like, we usually are on the same wavelength. Yeah.
We're super fortunate. So I imagine it's like it comes down to sort of logic and facts. That's really what it is with us. So I imagine if you are having a dispute with a partner, when I say partner, whether it's business, whatever, about something like this, a strategy, like whoever can prove with data, he's probably going to win.
In the end, data is always going to be your best friend. So if that's the case, and our client strategies are really informed by data.
Yes.
So it's like how the audience performed, which is the same thing we'd want for you guys too.
Yes, exactly. So what else we got?
I mean, you can't beat them.
Oh, we're talking about how we put it on TikTok, how Jocelyn put us on TikTok.
So Jocelyn, I guess that's the benefit of having someone younger, honestly come in as a social media manager too. Because we're a bit more staunch and we're like, nah, we're not doing this, like whatever. But she's like, come on, we'll just do it. It's not extra work on your part. And in the end, she's right. Like she's right.
Yeah, and we already made it. We were just
we've already had made it. It's just that we didn't like what TikTok stood for on a few other fronts. But yeah, in terms of discoverability and respect, TikTok does very well at discoverability.
Yeah, and I think there's and this podcast really showed how they look after. You mentioned earlier about looking after the creators, which was a really good point. The way that they actually cater to the creators was so, like, from the beginning it was ingrained in when they were Musically. Like the CEO was physically calling the top creators and taking the families out for dinner and all of this stuff. Like it was unlike anything else, and that's why they were saying if you look at the loyalty to TikTok across the board from a lot of people, that's why. Because any you look at Instagram and Facebook, let's be real, they're pretty hard to get in touch with for the average person. And I imagine they probably are pretty good with the outreach to the higher end creators, but
they're also so massive.
It's a different level, so they've done it from the beginning.
That's smart. No, it is smart. Creator focused from the start.
But also you got to give it. It's a different situation. It's a different social media world that we're in.
And that's why Vine died and they didn't die.
That's exactly why Vine didn't care. The Vine thing, they said that the Viners were vexed that they weren't getting. There was no monetization at all from the platform. They were driving millions and millions and millions of views, and then they had like a party. And all of them came to the party, and they were like, "Yo, you guys are dropping millions of dollars on this party when we're not getting a cent. We're out of here." And they left, and apparently that party
that did it for them.
Vine, yeah.
Jeez, all right.
Tell me about the Bloomberg podcast. It's called Foundering, I believe. Super cool. Drummerfish. Does an Instagrammer need to have a certain number of followers to catch the attention for brands to collab?
I would not say so, actually. It's more it depends on the brand. So, like, we hire influencers all the time. Like, we're always running influencer campaigns. We're just generally looking for partners for amplification for our clients. And, like, even in the most recent campaign, we're doing, like, a summer getting in the works of our summer campaign for an influencer strategy. And I'm looking at content more than anything, particularly, like, because one of our clients say, like, they're the hotel brand, so we can't have photographers and creators go out everywhere and shoot content for us. So I'm looking at creators with a smaller audience who I could trade nice with, even, for example.
Yeah.
You know, like something that's equal monetization in order to get the content that we want. So if you just create dope content, I'm like, I want you, here's what I can give you in order for you to make it for me. So I feel like that's something, but you need to make sure that your page is optimized so people can find you.
Yep.
Because the way that we're finding people is through hashtags and like similar accounts.
Yeah.
Similar accounts. So
we don't say where they're based, and then we need to know where
they're based.
Put where you're based, for sure.
Put where you're based, please.
And what you do, use those keywords in the bio and the description, in the part where the name field. Like, use that to let people know. But there's micro, nano influencers, anything from a few thousand up to 50,000 or whatever. Yeah. That's probably the most growing market, I would say.
Is
the fastest growing market.
We like the under. There's a lot of value in the under 10K mark for sure. So don't think that you need to be like massive in order to get attention. You just need to make sure that you have something that a brand would want, and a lot of that is going to come into how cool your content is.
Yeah, my brother is an audio engineer.
I was just thinking about it because he's an engineer. Yeah, he just got a partnership. So.
Yeah, a partnership brand retail team. He's got like 9 and a bit thousand followers, not even 10. And he got reached out to, and it was an in-kind thing. So he got some vouchers for the product to talk about it, and hopefully you do one job and it generates some action, and then move on from there. So I'm sort of coaching him through that. And I was so happy when he told me. So I was like, this is it. It's exactly what we've been talking about with the micro. Like, it's exactly it.
Yeah. So there's definitely a league, and I will say in general marketer conversation, nano influencers are really being discussed. Because also in the macro, when you go really huge with these massive followers, sometimes they just have an audience that's too random all over the place, right? Like his brother's audience, it's smaller, but it's so niche in the audio engineering category that they're like, oh, we're going to reach the exact people that we want.
And he got reached out, and they got fought. The company that sponsored him has like 400,000 followers and is verified on Instagram, but he tags all the plugins. He's mixing a song, he'll take a screenshot, and he'll show all the things he's using and put and tag all the brands. So he's been tagging the brands, and then that's how they reached out. It still got the attention of a 400,000 follower account and someone with 9,000. So I'm like, and his content was quality because they could tell that he was an active member of that industry. He makes a living from it. People pay him for his services, and he uses their product, and he's paid for it. And then he was stoked to get some free stuff and makes good content. So
that's why I'm obsessed with like beauty industry and fashion on Instagram, because really you just need to keep tagging the brands, and the more you'll get noticed. Yeah,
no doubt. Brittany's saying Instagram allows you to turn off your camera and mute yourself now on lives. I noticed that because I have a live every other Tuesday. I do a 4 live with 4. As soon as it came out, I wanted to test it. So I've got for our other. I don't even want to say the genre of this podcast because last time they tried to deflag us, but it's a.
We have liquid. We have various businesses that are in liquid categories, is what we'll say. Yes. So in the beverage industry,
adult beverages. Because last time I say the genre of what it is, like they flagged us.
Yeah.
So anyway, we have that, and it worked wicked. I noticed they had you could shut the camera off for a second. You could mute yourself because there's one of the people that had a loud background. I'm gonna tell him next time to mute himself.
Yeah, that's good that they did that.
This is coming back to before. Curly Veggie is saying, I don't use Clubhouse as much anymore. Something weird is happening when I try to search for rooms, like the page resets, making it difficult to search.
Oh, that's just interesting. Like a weird technical issue that they're having.
Yeah, that's...
They need to work that out.
Yeah, that's definitely not cool, so I can understand why. Valentine, our cat is chasing a tiny mouse. Exciting stuff from Louisiana. Hey, I'm here for that.
Hey, I'm here I want to get to Louisiana.
I love that. Yeah, so bad. Where were we at? Sandra. Oh, this is coming back to her before. I had to ask. We can't see us disagree. Yeah, we disagree sometimes.
Sometimes we just look at ourselves and we're like, Uber Eats today? Yes.
Yep.
Don't need to say much. We agree a lot.
We can tell them
We tell people, we're just like, hear me out.
When we say tell people, we say to each other. It's like,
to each other.
Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm like,
and we're always on the same
What is it? What are we doing?
Yeah.
And it's always something we shouldn't be doing, but something a little cheeky. Like,
yeah.
All right, we're not going to film today. We're going to film tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, fine, because like I can just do it. I just chuck on the same black shirt you always see me in and throw some water in my hair. But Tiff has.
You are always wearing the same black shirt.
Yeah.
I opted for color today.
I have two
guys.
black shirts, just for the record.
There you go.
I don't know why I keep going because I don't know if it's nice.
They're comfortable, and we're very much.
I don't want to put logos. I
We're
think
very
you're
much
supposed.
in the black.
Yeah, and it's like I
things,
don't want to wear logos and stuff if I can avoid it. Valentine is asking, how do you find your niche? I feel like they're out there liking my stuff but not purchasing. It's a great question. You probably good with this from the ad perspective, I guess. But even
I guess from a general's perspective,
like you should probably know who your target market is for your business based on previous stats, sales metrics, and things like that. Not metric, like the data of who's buying.
Yeah.
Knowing who it is, what they're into, where they're based. Basic demographic information.
Who you're creating for. But one good thing is, I would audit like your followers now and see if you see something that's a commonality between them, because then that could start being like, is this like the exact type of person who's normally interested in my stuff? Like, is there something there? That's if you didn't have sales to look into.
Yeah.
Also, use polls. So use Instagram polls. Like we did a poll the other day, which was great because we were trying to understand content. Like what content to put out there, and we found out we had like way more creators and like influencers than we realized. So now we're like, okay, we should be creating content as well for them. So I would definitely use polls and start being like, hey, are you interested in this or this? Like, what if you might have a bunch of people who just like love art and want to follow you, or you might have a bunch of other artists who are like want to know, and that might be like, oh, maybe I should post more educational content so I can help these people with certain I can't say art terms because I don't know them, but something that makes sense that will help people learn more or be better artists themselves. Like if we had a ton of social media marketers, we would probably do a lot of more content around like how to run an agency, how to
there's a number of questions about that today, which was
and
a little
we did
surprising.
find that was like our third in our like list. We had small business owners, then creators, then marketers. So
and that was the order that.
Yeah, that was the order of. So that was interesting
into.
to know, and then something else. But that let us know like we will put out some stuff. But if that was our main one, we would switch our strategy. Be like, our niche or like the people who are finding our content the most are the marketers. So
yeah.
Definitely something to consider. But it seems like right now it's mostly people who are running their own business, have their own projects, and want help, which we're always happy to provide.
Yes, exactly. And look, she got already look for similar people, try a poll. The poll is great. Drummerfish was saying, give thanks. Oh, are you from Jamaica?
Hey, are you Jamaica right now? Because if so, either way, represent. I miss Jamaica a lot.
Gosh,
a lot. Yeah. At least we got to go like one last time before the world went to disaster.
Gosh, man, I miss it so much. Okay. How did you two decide that going into business together would be a great decision? Was it a no-brainer? We decided because I was doing social from like 2007, from like long, way back in Australia, and I moved here. I tried to get away from it because I didn't want to do like corporate stuff. I wanted to already do the other things I came here for. So I tried to avoid it specifically. Ended up back in it just because it's what I knew best. And Tiff was getting into it not too long after we got together. Mm-hmm. You were doing it for a few little brands, and then you worked. And then you end up working professionally in it, and then I kept doing it more. And then since we're both kind of doing the same thing, you actually wanted to be a lawyer.
Yeah, I originally my intention was to be a lawyer. I was doing social media on the side because people liked the way that I did my own Instagram and my own stuff.
And you helped me with
and
my
then
stuff.
I helped Craig with his stuff,
yeah.
So that kind of was more like a hobby that I was liking. Then it became like a bit of a side hustle. Then at the law firm that I was working at, I tried to leave. They didn't want me to leave. They're like, why would you want to leave? I said, I like marketing. That's what I'm interested in. That's what I'm going to go and pursue. And then I ended up being a marketer, social media manager, and internal comms for them. That was like the top marketing agent, top social,
top law firm
in Quebec. And then I ended up leaving anyways because we're both doing this for other people and making them money. Should we just do it for ourselves and make our own money?
Yeah, it was just stressing me out.
So yeah, it was a super stressful job.
Whatever.
But so I think we just knew that we were people who were super okay with being around each other 24/7, which was a good indicator that you'd probably be good together in business too. So.
Yes.
Share similar interests, have same beliefs, all of that stuff.
And neither of us were built to work for somebody. We just really wanted to be in control of that.
I wouldn't say that. I was like super employee, so I'm like now I realize like I'm obviously on the other side. I'm like I could never do this the other way. Craig definitely was not supposed to work for people, but me as an employee, I was always like I want to be like the top, whatever, and I want to get promoted, and I want to do like the next thing and be the best in that. Like that's usually my my mentality, then I'm like, oh, I should just do all those things for my own business. So
Yeah, I mean, we had complementary skill sets, so it's just like Tiff is short, to the point, snappy. I'm longer and verbose. Tiff's good with
I'm
visuals.
obsessed with visuals. I'm very obsessed.
Yeah,
with,
which is great.
Yeah,
like both the video. Tiff edits the videos. Well, now Dan's with us, but he hasn't completely transitioned to high season yet. So like I do the words, I write stuff. Tiff can make my long stuff short and snappy if need to be. So it just
works well.
Between us both, we just have things we gravitate towards. It makes it pretty easy.
Yeah.
Brittany is asking, are there any social media predictions you want to add for June to December?
Clubhouse will die. I'm just joking.
Good time.
I don't know. I think, okay, the one thing, and we come with a bit of bias in a way. Listen, Instagram shopping, Facebook shopping, those are like the huge things I would pay attention to.
Yeah.
If you sell anything, please, like even Valentine.
Oh, no, sorry,
you said Valentine.
Yeah,
no. If you're like selling that, please make sure you have a shop set up if you don't already. But that's the stuff I would definitely pay attention to. E-commerce is going to be huge, and then short form video. I think like that's kind of where the priorities are. They've already kind of showing us that's where the priorities are. I won't stop talking about Reels. Reels will really help you grow. Please pay attention to that, and then use that short form content and distribute it in other places if you can.
Yeah.
Can as well.
Yeah.
So, in the influencer space, I was thinking more because we are hiring influencers a lot. I would just say like creative content is like going to be the ruler, and in addition to the authenticity, but the creative content. And I would really not even focus as much now on the follower number, but as more on deep engagement and really like talking to your audience, second level engagement. So when someone comments, ask them questions, like just keep trying to get like the community aspect going and the conversations, because that's what we're really looking at as marketers too. We're like looking at like when people reply to you, how are you engaging? Are you talking? Like if I see somebody now and they even have 5,000, sorry guys, we have our door open. If they have 5,000 followers, 15,000 followers, and maybe they're getting 2,000 likes, but they have like 4 comments. That's not something that I'm as interested in now. What we're really looking at is like, how are people talking? Because the talking means you're going to influence, which is what we want. We want to see that you have like that relationship. So
yeah, 100%. It's lit out here.
It's a party in Montreal, guys. It's a party out here.
Yes, and on top of that, give value. That's what I've been saying to all the consults. I've been trying to convince everyone to start a YouTube channel and just deliver value, because it changed everything for us. Just give and give and give, and then keep giving.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Also, I want our brand to make super innovative and creative content, but I was told people like what's familiar. So how would you stand out in an industry like fashion?
I don't see... People like what's familiar. That's not fair. No, I think like go the creative route. You know, I think you can be inspired by other things that you know are working, because that creates some sort of predictability on how well it will perform.
Yeah.
But like go and do your thing. Like I think the one thing I would say TikTok showed is that like if you just go out there and do creative random things, people can respond to it. You know, and you just can end up finding your tribe that way. So I would lean into just like testing. Just keep testing.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Just try. You won't know what works unless you try it. And because there's just going to be more content the next day. So whatever. There's really no loss. Like it's not going to hurt you to test.
And what I would say too is just like you can test your own fun creative stuff, but maybe do some things that you already know do work, and you just have kind of like the both going out at the same time. You know, like it's not so like, for example, we know that the reels where it's like how to dress a skirt 5 ways. Those things perform well, so it's like you could do that too. But then if you also have fun creative ideas, you want to do that as well, or see if you can mesh the two. But don't let anyone stifle your creativity by saying you got to be like other people.
100% well said. Valentine, such a sweetheart.
You're so kind.
Brittany, what setup are you using for the live stream? Well, obviously the video looks hot garbage right now because it's the webcam. So we have...
it's not hot garbage. It's like
the screen,
standard live. Like, okay, yeah, it doesn't look as good as we prefer it to.
I don't know why. It's like
we just messed up. See, this is how unplanned our live was, really, because we didn't use the camera, swap the camera battery out.
Yeah, so, I didn't even check.
Yeah.
And I normally do. I go live like 3-4 times a week, so I should know better. But the software that you're seeing that pulls up, like where we can do the split screen and pulls everything up, is called Ecamm. There's a link in the description that we have like the what's it called, affiliate code for that one. It's a great program. We pay for the interview time, the way that you can actually bring in guests through their own input, their own sort of video thing built in, which is super cool. We bring up the comments, kind of thing. You can design the screen for some of the other things we go live for outside of high season. We make the screen prettier and stuff, but we haven't really explored even the full thing of this. We plug it in directly to our Canon 16 Mark II, which was the camera that's right above here that died. And the problem is now it used to, you just change the battery and it kicked back in. Now it just wouldn't kick back in. So I don't know the fix for that. But that's really all we do. We just go live here and you just connect it directly to the YouTube account. We just change the thumbnail and add the keywords afterwards.
Yeah. And
edit the description, but the description is almost perfect. We might add some stuff, but that's what we do.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Oh yes, I love that. That works out. That's for us to have the business together.
Yeah.
Valentine's saying set up a shop through IG connected to the website. Correct.
Correct.
So
yeah.
you have to be selling the products directly from a website. So when you upload the images for each product, it asks for the direct link, because you can let people check out on Instagram shops or Facebook shops, or they can go to the website.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to choose what you want them to do, but either way, it still has to be linked.
And there's a really good on Facebook, like Blueprint. So we've learned a lot. In full disclosure, Facebook is our client. So
yeah,
we have learned a lot on the educational side of Facebook. They have so many great resources. So go check out their Facebook Blueprint. And they have like a full walkthrough of how to set up your commerce, like the commerce setup that you need as well to sell. Like they have a really good, like, will take you step by step through how to set up your shop, but you really, really should.
Yeah.
Look, you're hooking her up with information.
Yes.
Perfect.
That's correct.
Exactly.
You have to have the Facebook and Instagram accounts and connect it all up. Valentine, yes, they're giving me trouble verifying my domain. I think that's
reach out to the help. They have a chat, which I feel like most people don't know, but there's a Facebook business chat, and they will help you live. So
I send
take advantage of that.
Time.
Yeah,
but people
it's not
ask
like
us,
advertised massively anywhere. That's
because why would they want it? They have a chat where they actually respond to you.
Yeah,
but it's on there. People ask us questions, and we are not. Whilst they're our client, we still don't know. We don't know everything. We can't fix everything. So I'd be like, yo, go talk to these folks. And I think it only works from desktop. But if you ever need to do that, like, we can either add it to the description or just message us and we'll send you that link.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a chat, and it doesn't seem to work from mobile. I'm sort of chatting with someone in the DMs now, and I realized that it doesn't seem to work there on mobile.
Oh, interesting.
Because I looked at it and I couldn't even find where it was.
Yeah.
So it seems to be desktop with the chat. I don't know why, but either way, that's pretty handy. It's a good way to get all your actual questions answered. Speaking of that, it looks like we did this much longer.
So we were like, hey, we're gonna jump on for 20 minutes, but you guys like hung out and chilled with us, so why not? I feel like now we're just. Valuable. I'm not gonna make dinner. We're just gonna get Uber Eats now because the time has gone so far now. Because you support local.
Yes,
hear me out. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
It's really good to connect with you. We should definitely do lives more.
Yeah.
Because we love talking to you.
If
so
there's
we're
any
gonna do
last
that.
questions as well. Do you feel businesses are under using Twitter? I feel like it's a hidden gem. Like, I use it for announcements. Oh yeah.
100%.
Businesses front on
but
Twitter.
the businesses
so
that kill it.
Twitter's
Casper is so good at Twitter.
Wendy's
we know was good. Chipotle is great at Twitter.
Great.
The brands who kill. If you go and look at those brands, it gives you the opportunity to have personality. You can get away with so much on Twitter. So. Definitely underutilized, and it shouldn't be, because the value is there in terms of people standing. At No Name Brand, which is like a grocery brand in Canada, are killing Twitter. Like,
so good.
Yeah, so definitely, please.
But like, not a good brand. They call No Name. It's just yellow with black writing.
Yeah.
It's all their stuff, and they're hilarious.
Yeah, they're so good at it.
Whatever they're doing, those people are geniuses.
Yeah, great agency.
Definitely worth it. Brittany's, yes, you're so welcome, guys. Yeah, honestly, like, this is cool. We always say that we have a great community, and we mean it. Like, you guys are always just so kind, and always ask such thoughtful questions. It's so, YouTube can be a bit of a gross place sometimes, and I feel like we've not.
Yeah, some people's comment section.
Yeah, I've seen some, and they're not so good. But ours are just so wonderful.
Yeah,
I don't know what
we
did to get that, but like we say. We're grateful, but we really mean it. Like, it's not always like this. So we don't take it for granted at all. That's why we thought we'd do this. So I'm glad that people had, because I think last time we did the live, it was pretty chill. So I was like, so
That's
welcome. Yeah, I feel like it was a little quiet the last live, which is fine. We just got through
Was
the
that
news
March or something?
March, correct.
Okay,
I think
yeah.
we'll be doing this every 2 months just
Yeah.
because we got other stuff we want to do or whatever. We just didn't think people had a ton of interest, but we might have just timed it well tonight.
Yeah.
But thank you all for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We will look into the
audit.
The audit
Totally
live.
doing that. Since you guys said you're down for it, we will 100% do that audit. And I feel like we're going to prioritize people that are in this live here.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Shoot us. Okay, if you're in the live and you want your Instagram audited, please shoot us a DM on Instagram.
Yes.
Preferably. High Season Co.
So we can save
Just
that.
say, hey, I was in
the.
the live. Just tell us your handle or your name. And then we'll be like, we'll prioritize since it was your idea.
Yeah.
You
So
guys
deserve it.
should benefit from it.
Yeah.
So we're so totally down for that.
So there's our handle at High Season Co everywhere. So
Yes.
definitely shoot us a DM and we'll definitely do that. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. And I think, like you guys said, it was great. And hopefully, even just within this chat here, there'll be enough folks who are in different industries to make it, kind of worthwhile. And then we can see how that looks. And anyone else watching this after the fact, if you are interested, same thing. Give us a shout if we're not able to sort of cap it from or fill it. I'm sorry, from everyone who was here.
Hi
Hey,
Sandra. Hi Nichelle. Oh, I love you guys
are awesome.
too.
Yeah, seriously.
Honestly,
Awesome.
you guys are great.
Every day we go. I usually do the comments. Tiff does them sometimes as we go.
I usually do them as soon as the video drops,
Tiff
and
does
then
that.
Craig will do them. Like
I check
after.
every day, and I'll just stop, and I'll just I'm gonna just read. I'll just we won't even be talking. I'll just read out a comment.
Yeah, and we're like,
can
oh
tell.
gosh, I love these people. Just so
Nice.
great.
What are you saying?
Great
So nice?
people.
It's
Just you're all amazing humans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
get in
we'll
there,
be
get in,
looking
get
out.
in,
We'll
get
be
in.
looking out.
Yes.
All right, guys.
Appreciate
So,
you guys.
have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Sunday, everybody, and a beautiful week ahead. We just hope you continue to go out there and kill it, do what you love,
Yes.
pursue your passions always. We will see you in the next video. I think y'all already know. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, but you're probably subscribed because you got the live.
That's true.
And hit us up on social
Notification.
everywhere. We'll probably start getting the blog going again, but Instagram's where it's at for it. Instagram and YouTube is where it's at for us.
They're the main
100%.
thing. We're everywhere,
Yeah.
but those are the main two where
Yeah.
we're going to be dropping stuff. And
Yeah.
now we have the team, and Jocelyn's really, starting
She's
to
great.
get in the swing of it. We're training her up, but
Yeah.
you know the vibes. We're on the way.
Hit the notification bell, guys. We will probably drop a video next Sunday. This week we're going to do a vlog actually because for our client, the hotel client, we're going to be doing some content there down
Among
in Montreal,
other things.
down for a few other things too.
Yes.
So yeah, we will see you in a vlog and a few other videos and all that other fun stuff. Have a beautiful, beautiful week. Tap that like, you know the vibes.
Thumbs up. Really
You know the vibes. Thumbs up. Hit the notification bell. Anything else?
I think that's it. We get
That's
and
it.
all the bottom. Hang on, which side? This side. That stuff there. That's the handles.
Yes,
Hit us up.
exactly.
Honestly, love you guys. Appreciate you more
Love
than
you
we can
guys.
express.
Have a
We'll,
beautiful, beautiful week. Enjoy yourselves.
Yes.
And yeah, keep hollering at us for anything you need,
Please.
all right?
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Peace.